Hi, my name is Caleb,
And I'm Sarah.
and today we will be talking about two art pieces from American artists in art history.
The first piece we will be talking about is the Obama Hope poster. This piece was done by Shepard Fairey, who was born on February 15th, 1970 in Charleston, South Carolina. He then moved to Los Angeles, where he became a famous contemporary street artist. The Barack Obama Hope poster was first produced in 2008 to help promote Obama in his presidential campaign. The artist's goal was to create an artwork that would stand out to people and increase the chances of Obama winning both the Democratic nomination and the general election. Shepard's biggest challenge was to portray Obama as both an exciting progressive and a mainstream patriot with vision. This piece was created using digital and design techniques. Fairey started off by using a picture of Obama and improved the definition and lighting. He then separated the shadows into 4 different layers, which were then printed out and illustrated separately through the screen processes of amberlith and rubylith. The finishing touches were then done digitally. One of the key features of the design was Fairey's choice of color. It provided meaning and helped boost its iconic status. The color scheme used were a salute to the traditional American patriotic colors. The red he used was slightly more orange, the blue lighter and grayer in tone, and the white had more of a cream color. Fairey used these off colors to pay respect to the patriotic color scheme rather than replicating it. The piece soon became viral after it was produced, and over the course of Obama's campaign, a total of 350,000 posters and 500,000 stickers were produced. It gained a lot of recognition and is considered the most widely recognized symbol of Obama's campaign message.
Thank you, Sarah. Our second art piece we're going to be looking at is titled Radiant Baby. It was done by Keith Haring, and the medium originally was with an oil paint stick, but later most of Keith Haring's art prints were just that, printed. Brief history of Keith Haring. He was born May 4th, 1957 in Reading, Pennsylvania. He started his education at art school in Pittsburgh, but later dropped out, and he moved and settled in New York City. His drawings in the beginning, he started out with oil or chalk drawings in the New York subway system. Oftentimes, he would be arrested when he was doing these works. Keith Haring was a prolific artist throughout the 80s, and by the time of his early death, he held more than 40 one-man shows, with some of his paintings selling for up to $350,000. He unfortunately died an early death, February 16, 1990, in New York City from complications from the AIDS virus. Some of the techniques Keith Haring has used in this work are techniques he would use a lot. Oftentimes, Haring would work quickly, working with a brush and paint or chalk or oil stick. He used a lot of movement, which translated into his paintings. You can see a lot of movement lines in each of his works. The piece started out actually as more of a tag or signature, and later became its own independent piece. So this baby, this radiant baby, he would put on a lot of his different art as kind of his signature. It is signified by big, bold, black lines, simplicity. A lot of times these would be drawn on subway advertisements that had large black paper covers over them, so they'd be drawn in white oftentimes as well. As you can see, this is a baby on all fours, surrounded by black lines and these kind of beams that come out from it. Now, what is Haring really trying to say with this work? Well, Haring, to understand what he was trying to say here, we need to take a look back a little bit more on his history. He was raised Protestant, but he joined the Jesus movement in the 70s. Those people were known as Jesus people or Jesus freaks. The basic tenets of what they believed, they were very anti-church, they were anti-fundamentalist, they rejected materialism, and they had extreme compassion for the poor. This movement left a profound influence on Haring, and Radiant Baby, it shows a lot of that early Christianity that he had. Shows a lot of symbolism with many medieval and Renaissance depictions of Christ. As you can see around the baby, we have lots of radiating beams, which is like this spiritual glow. It's clearly a symbol of Haring's religious views. And I think we can see this because it is depicting a baby. It's showing a newness, a hope for the future. We see the baby crawling, moving forward. I think the use of Radiant Baby as a mark or signature for Haring was a way for him to show his own personal history and create a modern symbol that reflected ancient beliefs and also fit into the popular culture of his own time. One thing I think that really stuck with me looking at this work of Haring's is actually the own words he said, his own words he had to talk about it. He said, "Radiant Baby is the purest and most positive experience of human existence." So yeah, those are our works we have for you today. Hope you enjoyed hearing and learning more about them, and thank you.